Lesson: Defining the future state. Defining the future state is a critical component of strategy analysis within the Certified Business Analysis Professional Framework. It involves envisioning the desired outcomes of strategic initiatives and determining the steps necessary to achieve these outcomes. This process is essential for organizations aiming to align their operations with long-term objectives and adapt to changing market conditions. By understanding and articulating the future state, business analysts can guide organizations in making informed decisions that drive growth and innovation. The first step in defining the future state is to conduct a comprehensive analysis of the current state. This involves evaluating existing processes, technologies, and organizational structures to identify areas that require change or improvement. Tools such as SWOT analysis can be instrumental in this phase. SWOT analysis allows professionals to systematically assess internal and external factors that influence an organization's ability to achieve its goals. For instance, a company may find that its current technological infrastructure is outdated, posing a threat to its competitive advantage, while also recognizing opportunities in emerging markets. Once the current state is understood, the next step is to define the vision for the future state. This vision should be aligned with the organization's strategic objectives and should consider market trends, customer needs, and technological advancements. One practical framework for this task is the balanced scorecard approach, which provides a structured method for translating an organization's vision into specific, measurable objectives across 4 perspectives: financial, customer, internal processes, and learning and growth. For example, a company aiming to enhance customer satisfaction might set a future state goal of reducing delivery times by 20% within the next year. In addition to setting clear objectives, it is crucial to identify the key performance indicators that will be used to measure progress toward the future state. These indicators should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. A retail company, for instance, might track KPIs such as sales growth, customer retention rates, and inventory turnover to gauge the effectiveness of its strategic initiatives. By continuously monitoring these metrics, organizations can make data-driven decisions and adjust their strategies as needed. Defining the future state also involves considering the potential challenges and risks that may arise during implementation. Scenario planning is a valuable tool for anticipating and preparing for various contingencies. This method involves creating detailed narratives of possible future scenarios based on different assumptions about key variables such as economic conditions, regulatory changes, and technological disruptions. For instance, a manufacturing firm might develop scenarios to assess the impact of potential supply chain disruptions and plan mitigation strategies accordingly. To ensure that the future state aligns with stakeholders' expectations, it is essential to engage them throughout the process. Stakeholder analysis is a critical component of this engagement, allowing business analysts to identify key stakeholders, understand their interests and influence, and develop strategies to manage their expectations. Techniques such as stakeholder maps and influence interest grids can be used to visualize relationships and prioritize stakeholder engagement efforts. For example, involving key customers in the development of new product features can ensure that the future state meets market demands. Once the future state is clearly defined, the next step is to develop a roadmap for achieving it. This roadmap should outline the strategic initiatives, projects, and milestones required to transition from the current state to the future state. Gantt charts and project management software can be useful tools for visualizing timelines, resource allocation, and dependencies between tasks. A technology company planning to launch a new software product might create a roadmap that includes key phases such as research and development, testing, marketing, and post-launch support. Implementing the future state requires effective change management to ensure that stakeholders embrace the new processes and systems. The ADKAR model is a practical framework for managing organizational change by addressing individual and collective barriers to change. For instance, a company introducing a new customer relationship management system might use the ADKAR model to build awareness of the benefits. foster desire for change, provide necessary training, and reinforce the new behaviors through incentives and recognition programs. Throughout the process of defining and implementing the future state, it is crucial to maintain a focus on continuous improvement. The Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle, popularized by quality management expert W. Edwards Deming, is an iterative process for testing and refining strategies. By regularly reviewing outcomes, identifying areas for improvement, and implementing changes, organizations can ensure that their strategies remain relevant and effective. A healthcare provider, for instance, might use the PDCA cycle to continually enhance patient care processes and outcomes. To illustrate the effectiveness of these tools and strategies, consider a case study of a global logistics company undergoing digital transformation. Faced with increased competition and rising customer expectations, the company embarked on a journey to redefine its future state. By conducting a SWOT analysis, the company identified outdated technology as a critical weakness. Using the balanced scorecard approach, the company set objectives to enhance operational efficiency and customer satisfaction. Key performance indicators, such as on-time delivery rates and customer feedback scores, were established to measure progress. PALM. Scenario planning helped the company anticipate potential challenges, such as regulatory changes affecting cross-border shipments. Engaging stakeholders through workshops and focus groups ensured that the future state aligned with customer needs and employee expectations. A comprehensive roadmap was developed, outlining initiatives such as implementing a new logistics management platform and expanding partnerships with local carriers. The ACAR model facilitated change management by addressing employee concerns and providing training on new tools and processes. Finally, the PDCA cycle was used to monitor progress and continuously improve operational practices. In conclusion, defining the future state is a multifaceted process that requires a clear vision, strategic alignment, stakeholder engagement, and effective change management. By leveraging practical tools and frameworks such as SWOT analysis, the balanced scorecard, scenario planning, stakeholder analysis, project roadmaps, the ADCAR model, and the PDCA cycle, business analysts can guide organizations in navigating complex challenges and achieving their strategic objectives. The integration of these methodologies is essential for enhancing proficiency in strategy analysis and ensuring sustainable organizational growth.